Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is 𝗠𝗿 bringing you This Week in Esports and Gaming for the second week of June 2022, and I just want to give you a quick little note before we get any further. This will be the last This Week in Esports and Gaming for the next couple of weeks. I will be going on a 3-week road trip. It will resume after this road trip, but I'm going on a road trip, so I won't be able to have just consistent access to all this information and all this recording information and setup and whatnot, so I'll be taking a break from all LinkedIn content, all esports and gaming, just a little bit of time for me to de-stress and go on a road trip with a buddy of mine. So just want to give you guys all that information ahead of time. I'll probably make a post about this tomorrow, but let's dive into the news that you're all here looking for. For our first top 3 story, OTK Media, they are on the up and up. So it's basically 3 headlines in one. So during the OTK Games Expo, they announced that they partnered with 𝗠𝗿 as an investor and a partner. They will be using 𝗠𝗿's production facilities in Los Angeles to feature VR and AR tech that's made for its live audiences. They also announced that they're investing in the gaming studio startup Notorious Studios, which is made up of former World of Warcraft developers, and the creators will work with the developers to help improve and push the game. They want to set a precedent for how influencers can scale their businesses beyond digital content with things like investing into game studios and things like that. They also hired Willis Wiggin, who will be their VP of Sales and Partnerships, and he was the head of brand partnerships for FaZe Clan for 4 years. So all in all, this is to say OTK has been doing really well lately. Their content has been on point, even with just the hosting of OTK Games Expo to showcase indie games and to contribute to their development. I think that's a really cool thing. They're running a pretty smart business, in my opinion, and they're one of the top and upcoming gaming brands to look out for, as they were only founded in 2020. They're hiring a lot of people, and they're also getting a lot of really great content creators on board. China has excluded Tencent and NetEase from their 60 additional approved games. The Chinese National Press and Publication Administration just approved 60 games to be released in China. Of those, 58 are made for mobile, with 1 browser game and 1 client game. Not sure exactly what that means, but that's what they mentioned. Tencent and NetEase had no games approved, which means it's been around 11 months since they last had any games approved by China, and Tencent and NetEase stocks have fallen 34% and 7.5% respectively since July of last year. So this is definitely a tactical move on China's part to punish Tencent and NetEase. I would say Tencent has been expanding more and more outside of China, and they're recently announcing that they want to take Honor of Kings global amid China not approving their games. In my opinion, this is simply like going to make relations worse between the two groups, as China will see this more as an act of defiance that Tencent's doing stuff outside China, and then basically Tencent will say, well, this is our only option because you're not approving our stuff. So it's kind of like chicken and the egg. I think it's kind of like a fight between the two organizations here, but obviously China's huge, so they have a lot of precedent over the country, more so than Tencent does. It's interesting to say that I saw this article and I quote, President Xi Jinping said that gaming addiction among the country's youth has become a social problem that needs to be fixed. That is what the president of China said. Compare that to the French president, Emmanuel Macron, who really values esports and gaming and believes it's a good thing for the country, even enough to have these gaming esports influencers talk to him directly and the value of esports and maybe how it should be in the Olympics with the 2024 Paris Olympics. So 2 very different approaches to gaming and esports. We'll have to wait and see the results. The Saudi Esports Federation launched a $15 million esports festival called Gamers 8 Festival, and this will last 8 weeks, taking place in Riyadh this summer. There'll be $15 million up for grabs over 6 international esports events, which is insane because a lot of publishers and esports competitions for their biggest events don't even have this much up for grabs. There will also be a 2-day summit for industry professionals, so more than esports fans can attend, so maybe there's also business people that can also attend here. This is really huge. This is a huge investment from Saudi Arabia into esports, even more so as these events cost a lot of money to run, so $15 million is just the prize pool. Probably costs multi-millions of that on top of that to actually run the event. I'm curious as to how many people will attend and all the details on the broadcast and which games are going to be played. So far, their socials have been pretty quiet and it hasn't really gotten a lot of attention from the media, and that brings me a little bit, tad bit of confusion. I think their following on Twitter is pretty low, as well as their website seems pretty basic. Regardless, Saudi Arabia wants to push into esports and gaming with their agenda even further, and it continues to grow their acquisitions, investments, and events that they're actually hosting. So we'll see how their general sentiment from around the world changes as Saudi Arabia starts to do more in the space. As far as partnerships go, Echo Esports will partner with Shakenso Analytics to use their systems to enhance the marketability of the team and the company. It will also be used to better quantify brand partnerships with insight and media evaluation. Fnatic partnered with BMW to make their new esports performance facility in Berlin. This has content studios, in-house gyms, match review rooms, and 2 gaming performance rooms, as well as a BMW sim racing rig. It's a pretty nice facility if you actually want to watch the tour on YouTube. Tier 1 Entertainment partnered with Bent Pixels Asia. They will work together to increase the revenue for Tier 1's creators on YouTube. This also marks Bent Pixels' entrance into the Philippines, with Bent Pixels finding special deals and ad spaces for the Tier 1 Entertainment's creators. As far as finance and M&A go, Keywords acquired Forgotten Empires. This deal is a minimum of $19.5 million with a $13 million extra pending based on growth targets. Forgotten Empires makes strategy titles, with the most notable being Age of Empires, which has been quite successful over the past few years. PlayStack acquired Magic Field Games. Magic Field Games works on city building and management mobile games and was founded by former EA devs. The acquisition reunites the 4 founders with PlayStack's CEO as they work together in their time at EA. For workforce changes this week, Dixon Xiao and Nico Moret joined Discord as the head of internal comms and subscription marketing manager respectively. Dixon was previously at Twitter as a director of global communications and has a ton of experience in comms as well as PR. He's been doing comms at PayPal, Apple, Google, and HP in the past, and then Nico spent nearly 12 years at Google doing marketing on various products such as Google One, Google Play, and Google Fiber. He now joins Discord to help increase subscriptions with Discord users. Monica Philpott has joined 100 Thieves as the esports marketing lead. She's had experience in both esports and gaming, most recently doing social, creative, and strategy for Riot on their music products such as KDA and Pentakill. She previously did marketing for Ubisoft's esports divisions for around 2 years and will now join 100 Thieves to market all things 100 Thieves esports related. Alex Lang joins Riot Games as the marketing creative director. Alex's website and bio is pretty cool, so you check it out if you haven't already. He was director of visual propaganda, or marketing as we call it, for Liquid Death before joining Riot Games. He's worked with Riot in the past in various agency and consulting roles too, so congrats to him. Christian Yarozynski joins Level Infinite as the senior esports manager. He was most recently the head of partnerships for G2 for around 5.5 years, and before that he was at PGL doing sales and marketing, and he was at HyperX as well doing marketing before that for about 7 years. Amon Havers joins Amazon Games as a marketing manager for Prime Gaming EMEA. Amon has been in the gaming space for quite a while now, as he was doing marketing for Dutch partnerships for Amazon in the past. Before that, he was working at Azerty doing business development and was also product manager for around a year. Al Montone, Jonathan Dodd, and Chase Strait have all received promotions at EA. Al has been promoted to the senior manager of lifecycle marketing, and he's been with EA for about 6 years at this point, doing various types of marketing, and previously he worked in retail marketing as well. Jonathan has been promoted to the influencer creative lead for non-sports games. He's been with EA for about 7 years now, working on a variety of titles from Need for Speed to Battlefield. And Chase has been promoted to senior global brand manager at EA. He's worked on Need for Speed and Star Wars in the past as well, and he has over 4 years of experience at the company. Andy Muesi has been promoted at Rovio to the head of studios. He's run his time through the mobile gaming space with his time on Area Games, Kixeye, Green International, and also working at War Gaming leading their mobile product before moving to Rovio, as he now oversees all studios for the company. Diane Demosi joins Tencent as the head of comms for Western Europe. She's a comms and PR veteran in the gaming space with over 25 years of experience at Activision. She joined the company in 1998, which is before I was born. She joins Tencent now to lead all comms for Western Europe, so congrats to Diane. Yves Breton joins Eidos Montreal as the audio director. He's been in the gaming space for quite a while, most recently working at Ubisoft for the last 6 years as an audio director for various games. He rejoins Eidos Montreal as he worked for the firm from 2012 to 2014. Fabricio Luce has been promoted to PR specialist at Garena. He's been in the gaming space for quite a while, first as a PR account exec at Theo Games working for Garena before actually joining the company itself. Mike Hume has been promoted at the Washington Post. He was the editor of The Launcher, which was a vertical dedicated to esports and gaming at the Washington Post. He will now be the editor for emerging news products, which adds on to what he's already doing with Launcher. As far as new stuff goes, Version 1 allocated $25,000 to HBCU scholarships. This partnership with Community continues on the scholarship program that launched last academic year, and 4 $5,000 scholarships will be given out, with the remaining $5,000 being awarded as prize money to the top teams in Community's HBCU Esports League. That's it for this week in Esports and Gaming. I want to give a quick shout once again to James Fudge and AFK Gaming for the People on the Move newsletter. If you want to subscribe to it, please check it out down below. It's very much appreciated, as it provides a lot of information for the workforce changes that I cover. Once again, this is the last week for This Week in Esports and Gaming for a couple of weeks at least, our last episode. So I will see you later on in July. But until then, everybody have a great day.